What's up, guys? This is Chase. Old Pawpaw here at Galloway Racing. Hadn't done a whole lot of videos the last couple weeks. 2.5, 3 weeks. We've been down and out between tracks not running, my car being down, having to get it fixed back from a little incident up at the valley during the hot lap session. Car spun in front of me, hit it, just destroyed the front end of my car. And going ahead and redoing some steering on it. Some issues that I had prior to that happening, but you know, just going to take care of while I'm down. Of course, I hadn't really missed but one race since then, actually, that I could have run in. Either track wasn't running, rain out. Last night they didn't run my class because Street Stock Nationals, which is fine with me. Car wasn't finished, and I got to sit at home and we ran it. I worked till 5:30, so I didn't get home till late. And we had rented it on Cruise TV. Plan on watching it, so when I got in, instead of coming out here as I normally do and working on my car, I sat down in my recliner and well, I took a bath, got ready, sat down in my recliner. Man, I sat there all night and watched TV, that in the bed. But enjoyed the Nationals. Would rather been there. I've never been. Catch y'all back up on it. They didn't have it when I ran years ago, which is 25 years ago when I quit. Well, I started back 2.5 years ago. Just didn't feel like I had the experience or the car or the money to go run it yet. So hopefully we'll run that thing come next year. But yeah, I watched Nationals last night. Pretty eventful race. We enjoyed it. But we'll get back with you in just a minute. Alright, my dad come over for a little bit visiting. Back to the Nationals race. It was a good race. Hayden Moran ended up winning the thing. I really thought Tory Barrett was going to win this year's race. Man, Trey had speed all week. He had a great car. Man, he's got the experience. He's, you know, just a class act out there. And man, I just really and truly, I was pulling for Trey to win this year because the man has been in this race 11 years. He's won. You know, he's Street Stock Series champion. He's won races all over and done it for a lot of years. And my hat's off to him. I'd like to see him win the big one. And this is considered the big one. This is our Super Bowl, of course. And he had the car to do it. I don't think his car was quite as quick as Hayden Moran's was, but he was so close. It wasn't quick enough just to blow by him, I put it that way, because he was there lap after lap after lap. Hayden Moran had maybe a couple car lengths on him. In fact, with about 8 or 10 to go, I don't know exactly how many, Trey got by Hayden. He passed him, and liable run off and left him then, you know, but a caution come out. And, you know, they wouldn't have lap completed, so wouldn't but about a half lap completed when the caution come out. And so Hayden got the spot back. Trey went back to second on the restart, you know, and of course, lap after lap, Hayden pretty much was hitting the marks, and Trey just couldn't get a big enough run to get by him. And caution comes out with about 5 to go, I think, 5-4 to go. And all of a sudden, Tory Barrett goes out of the picture. And I'm like, what's he doing? I thought he was pulling over maybe check on a rub or something, but no, he completely left the track. And in fact, I text Trey this morning, telling him good run. You know, hate to see him have to pull off. He said he had a hole in the tire. I figured he had tire going down and come off to get rubber. So he had tire go down. So that tells you, man, you got to have a lot of luck to win this event. Number one, you got to have a good car. You got to have a lot of luck to make the race, number one. You know, you're talking about 130-something, I think it was 130-something street stocks down there. And they start 30-something of them, 34, 35, 36, somewhere in there. You got to have a good car. You got to have a lot of luck. And, you know, just wasn't meant to be last night. Cody Chisholm, 33 car, they call him Dirt. I know him, Cody Chisholm. He raced with us over at Columbus a lot. He drove from the back to the pack all the way up to number 3. Is the biggest mover of the race and done a heck of a job. Cody pretty much stayed on the bottom. He run around the bottom of the track. He had a good car. He was just consistent and constantly moving forward. And I thought he was going to have a shot right there at the end. But he ended up finishing third with Vandergrift finishing second. Of course, the Vandergrift cars are always good up there. They got their program together. Them boys do. They got their program together, both built cars. But that's how it all unfolded. That's your top 3. And like I said, it was a good race. I really felt like Justin McCree had the car to beat, though. McCree started in the back after blowing 2 engines, having some trouble with the engine that he had in. Went out there for the start of the race. Something happened to the car, had to leave the track. Before the race got a lap in, had a complete restart. Justin was able to get it fired back, get back on the track, and drove that thing from the very back. I won't say he was in 8th or 9th position when he got crashed out. Unfortunately, it was him and Chad Thrash, 2 of the premier cars out there. The only 2 drivers out in the field that had ever won the Street Stock Nationals race before. And they're the 2 cars that got in that particular wreck. But, you know, who's the fault? Listen. Justin McCree has helped me a lot. And I'm not just saying this because of that, because Chad Thrash has helped my son Shane out a lot. So, hey, I like them both. They both seem like real knowledgeable guys on race cars. Justin McCree is by far probably the best wheel man I have ever seen in my life driving a race car. He does things in a race car that you know, normal people just don't know how you do it. He's that good. He really is. But I watched Justin hit his brakes for 2 or 3 laps before this has to happen. When Chad slid up in front of him, you can visually see it. He hit his brakes to keep from tapping him. And the first time Justin comes around Chad, now Justin had the faster car. There was no question about it. He was faster than Chad. It was just clearing the man. But he done the same thing Chad had done to him prior, the 3 prior laps, 4 prior laps, how many ever they ran together. Justin done the same move on him, except for Justin had him all cleared except for his rear quarter. And Chad didn't tout the brakes and run under him and wrecked him. It ended up flipping Justin, tearing Chad's car up. They both get out of the car, have a few words, swing a little bit. No harm, no foul, but they was both out of the race at that point because they both got out of the car on the speedway, so it was over with. But anyway, I hope they get that little indifference settled, and they probably will. Hey, man, when you're on a racetrack, your emotions are high. You're at the Street Stock Nationals, your emotions are a little higher, and as hard as Justin McCree worked, and it's the kind of luck he had and to have the rocket he was riding on, to have it crashed out, hey, I get it. I get it. I didn't understand the whole deal, but, you know, I wasn't there, I don't know. But I did watch it on TV, and I could see what I saw. But that's neither here nor there. It is what it is. I'm sure they'll get it squared away and race again you know, race clean again. It's all good. But enjoyed that. Like I said, Sunday evening, I finally got all my parts here to fix my car. I got to get to work on it, so let me get off of this video and let me get my butt in gear and see if I can get all the steering changed out. Hopefully we'll be running Saturday night. I guess we'll be at the Valley. Ain't nobody else racing around here, so y'all pray for us, because I don't want to tear up again. Let's go. So, y'all just keep us in your prayers this week. And we do appreciate you, and y'all follow along as I try to get this hot rod patch back up, and let's go.